So that was a fun one. That was a fun part one. We got some of our community in. We got the fact of our video game session out there. We had a nice little live recap on it. Reliving a few good moments. 30-second boss kills. We got this. So now we just gotta wait for the audience to roll back in. But if you're tuning in, welcome to Canon Creator Games. Welcome to the Canon Lounge. Welcome to part 2 of our live recap and discussion on the fact of our last video that we got out there for Call of Duty. It's been a good day. It's been a really good day. YouTube hasn't been fighting with us. The system is running smoothly. We might have gotten a little bit of lag in the last live stream, but if they want to see it clear as day, they can turn around and go back into the fact of the video, because the video's there. We just wanted to share it publicly and kind of get that watch time back a little bit. Hi, lovely. How's it going? We missed you at part 1. You missed a good game session, but thankfully it's in the videos on the channel. Actually, I think you've seen that session. Oh, doing good, doing good. We actually got our live stream to work first time on the first try, so that's an upside. The screencast didn't turn around and break on me. That's an upside. We got that roughly almost an hour session that we did on Call of Duty out there on a live stream. Upsides. We got Dabby Doos. Upsides. I don't think there's anything that could break today. I better knock on wood. Yeah, that might not have been the smartest thing for Canada to say. Every time I say that, something goes wrong. Yeah, right. You have to laugh it off, because if we don't, we put our minds into it, and then it just gives it more power and more authority. Not doing it. No, I've been doing good today. The stream is running smoothly. The signal is at least holding. Man, no, I'm not throwing that pretty little J word on it. Though, we are going to turn around and make one announcement that we did make in our last live stream. Okay? Announcement. We have a playlist on our channel now. We officially have all of the game sessions that we have done that have made it onto the channel in a singular playlist that is roughly 9.5 hours long. Okay? If y'all really want to support the channel and y'all really want to help us get to our goal of getting that 3,000 watch hours, alright, we did some math on it. If every one of our current subscribers, just the subscribers that we have right now, without anyone else subscribed, if every subscriber that we had would go in and watch that playlist twice, just 2 times, from start to finish, we would be at our 3,000 watch hours. And then we'd have the rest of the year to get the roughly, where is it? To get roughly, the other 337 subscribers that we would need. Because we know that the baseline for monetization is 500 subscribers. We're 337 subs away. Which, yeah, it seems like a lot, but considering where we're at in only the last month and a half, that feels reachable. But if every subscriber that we have currently was to watch that playlist twice, we'd hit our 3,000 hour mark. It's kind of why we did it, because it's a nice way to get the watch time up. It's all long form content. They're all either the fact of our cinematic gameplays, and or the fact of live streams where we've attempted to run our games, whether for better or for worse. You know, it's the journey from where we're at now to where we began. because the farther into that playlist you go, it's closer to the beginning of the channel. So we're kind of doing a retrospective with it of where we were versus where we are now. But it's an awesome way to support the channel. If people want to go and watch that one, we would really appreciate it. Just stick around for the live stream first. But yeah, some celebration points, okay? Because we know that February is coming to an end. February came, February's fixing to go back out the door. We're fixing to go into March, which means that because today is the, today's the 23rd? Yeah, so we've got 5 days left in the month, okay? 5 days left in February. With 5 days left to go, we got 46 subs this month. Almost 3,500 views currently with 5 days left to go. We've gotten 95 hours worth of watch time on the fact of our long form content that's been going to the fact of our monetization to get us to that bronze/silver level of having the super chats for better engagement and more options for engagement with the viewers. We've gotten 13 live streams altogether because I'm counting the ones that we've yet to put out. We still have 3 more left to go after today, which actually, counting this one, makes 14 live streams in this month. We've gotten 3 videos out there. And as a special little icing on the cake for the people that are here, we have an opportunity for a collaboration video. We're going to have to turn around and record that video and do it through screen record and have it uploaded. But we have the opportunity for a collaboration video with a very special individual. A very special individual whom has already given me permission to record the session. We really want to get that out there before the end of the month. We want to end the month on a really high note. And that would be a really, really, really solid note to turn around and end the month with. But yeah, altogether, we're at 164 out of 500 for our subscribers. We're at 98 out of 3,000 watch hours. Those are our 2 goals. That's what we're looking for by the end of the year, is that 500 and that 3K in watch time. And as I've said before, if y'all want to turn around and clip any part of my live streams down the list, and you want to turn around and take a portion of it to turn around and shout the channel out, go right ahead and do so, because it only helps the channel grow. Do I go to a godless church? I haven't been allowed in to a normal average. Hold on. Actually, give me a second. I'm going to deal with a request that was made first, and then we'll get into that. There you go. Okay. Do I go to a godless church? I have been kicked out of almost every single church I've ever gone to as a child. Not because I was acting up, but because I was asking the hard questions. The ones that pastors normally don't like. The ones that'll get you kicked out of church. Okay? I'm not allowed with the Mormon churches. You know why? Because I refuse to accept the fact that Cain was fucking his sister. Because Cain didn't have a sister. Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel. Cain kills Abel. God punishes him by kicking him out of the Garden of Eden and sending him into the vast wastelands. They are the only 4 people on the world at that point, according to the good book. Okay? Who is Cain afraid of? Who does Cain have to fear that they will kill him if they find him? Okay? Because according to the good book, there's only 4 people in the world at that point.
No, there's only 3.
Oh, sorry, 3, because he killed his brother. Eve never bore a daughter. There is no sister. That got me kicked out of the Mormon church and not allowed to come back. Okay? It's also gotten me kicked out from a few different Christian churches. It's also gotten me kicked out from a Catholic church. Okay? I am an ordained minister. I have my letter of good standing with the church. It's valid, but it doesn't mean that I agree with the orthodox religion and standard worship practice of the quote-unquote conglomerate that is the modern day church. Yes, but Seth wasn't alive when Cain was kicked out of the garden. Seth was born after Cain was kicked from the garden. There was no one for Cain to worry about. There are scriptures that are missing from the King James Version. Okay? I stand by the King James Version of the Holy Bible for one reason. That's the closest thing to the actual Bible that we will ever be able to get our hands on. And that was after thousands upon thousands of gospels and other related scriptures were burned for not being cohesive with what the king and the church wanted their people to follow. Okay? So yeah, do I believe that it is a good baseline guideline of how to act as a human being and how to treat people? Yeah. Do I think that religious leaders need to kind of get their shit together again? Yeah, I do. Because there's a lot of shit that reality's sake is. A lot of the churches are going off about the truth. If anyone would ever listen to the last commandment that was given, okay? It was the end-all and be-all commandment. And it wasn't given in the Old Testament. It was given in the New Testament. Upon the fact of Jesus Christ and prior to the fact of dying on the cross, when speaking to the Pharisees and scribes inside of the quote-unquote area for which that they were, one commandment I give unto you, one commandment above all others. Think about that, above all others. Putting it above the 10 commandments. Commandment number 1. The first commandment of 11 that have been given. Love thyself like you would love thy neighbor, like you would love thy God before thee. In all things done this way, you follow the path of God. All you have to do is love your neighbor and be a good, decent human being. Not a piece of shit or a predator or a pedophile. Okay? Trust, the scripture's got an answer for pedophiles. It's to put a millstone around their neck and leave them in the closest body of water to drown. And that is by the good book. But the laws don't let us do that, because that's considered murder now. Separation of church and state. Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes, just sometimes, maybe they shouldn't be so separate. Because I'm a firm believer in the wood chipper. Teddy, JD, the rest of y'all, you're right. Best damn statement that was ever made. JD hit the nail on the head. Because that is the closest thing to a millstone that we can get in modern days. Yeah, full of hypocrites. Exactly, full of hypocrites. You turn around and walk in and ask your pastor any actual serious question. The real serious questions, like the first 10 chapters of Genesis, serious. The fact that the world and the creation of the world restarted on day 3 in chapter 2. Yeah, most people don't realize that. Most people don't realize there are 2 separate accounts of the creation of Earth. And the creation of our planet and the creation of us as human beings. There are 2, count them, 2 different accounts of it. The first one is in chapter 1. The second one is in chapter 2, where the 7 days restarts on day 3 and goes back through the creation of man. That is where the church hid Lilith, the original first wife of Adam, the one that was turned around and basically told to get lost because she wouldn't listen to him. That the church made disappear because they wanted nice, kind, beloving, and faithful and serving wives, not free thinkers. Lilith is not a demon. She was a free-thinking woman who was fucking screwed by the church, in my opinion. And that's what it is, my opinion. Like assholes, everyone has one. Is what it is. Yeah. Thank you for the sidetrack. Because I'm sorry, I have a lot of venom towards modern associations of churches and the way that they handle things. Like the fact that the Roman Catholic Church waited for decades upon decades too damn long to take action. And that's as far as I'll go with that one, because I don't need to get my letter of good recommendation turned around and canceled by a pope. But yeah, for those that don't know, Canna is an ordained minister. Independently ordained, but ordained. So it's why I usually try to not go too deep divey into the religious issues. Because there's a lot of things that Canna has in his belief system that don't agree with most others. Like the fact that every single one of the religions needs to quit fighting. Ultimately. If all the religions would quit fighting, put their holy texts together, and boil out all the fucking bullshit, then guess what? The closest thing to the Book of God that we've had since the fucking Tower of Babel would be a thing again. You know, back when apparently we were divided off into like 7 different fucking territories and told to go multiple different directions and broken up by different languages so that way we would not be able to understand each other. And communication would die off and we'd be left to our own devices again. Yeah. A very angry, vengeful God for us trying to be even remotely close to reaching the atmosphere. Because he shattered the tower and broke us apart into 7 different tribes at that point. All separated with a different language so none of us could turn around and communicate with each other properly to the day we die.
And separated families in the process.
And separated families in the process. It's that moment of, I have the tiny one over here. Well, I'm going to take the last glass. Yeah, I can tell it's fucking cracking a little bit. Stream. Well, it cleared up really quick, but watch when I cut back in front of the camera. It'll turn around and click. Oh, okay. Sorry guys, can't handle loadable. I don't do Orthodox religion very well without cannabis involved. And that's coming from a minister. And before anyone tries to shame me for being a minister and smoking the good herb, the man upstairs put every single plant and animal on this earth for humans to enjoy and use and eat and thrive and prosper. It is an herb. It is a plant. It's not like the harder drugs that have been fucking meddled with by human hands. It's not a prescription. It's not oxycodone. It's not freaking opioids. But it gives all of the benefits that every other one of those medications, in my opinion, give. Because trust and believe, I had an issue with Vicodin growing up. Okay? I had an issue with Norcos. You know what got me off it? Right there. Lighter. Lighter.
So she's an agnostic.
Mm-hmm. No, you don't like me either. Okay. None of my lighters like me. All of my torches want to say screw you.
I lost a new one.
I know.
It was over here.
The dark blue one was on. I handed the dark blue one to you to go on the table.
You made it to the table.
And that means there's 2 lighters lost over there.
Oh. She wants to understand it.
Okay.
There's no
You want my opinion of it? To truly understand religion and to truly understand what is claimed to be in power and control over us, okay? The one that's making our fate, that's making our destiny, okay? To truly understand them, you can't do it through just one religion. It's not possible.
No, you gotta study it all.
You have to turn around and take the time to study other people's beliefs and other people's faith. Let's get real. Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism. There's 3 for you right off the bat. Do they believe in an afterlife? Yes. They believe in reincarnation, which, ironically enough, through the fact of scientific analysis over the years as we have progressed as a species, we have come to the conclusion that matter can neither be destroyed nor removed from the universe. Matter just goes back to being matter. It goes back to being reused in something else. So I can't say that reincarnation doesn't have some standing points there.
It's like water has memory.
You know, water's got memory. Everything that flows through water, that water remembers. It may not be able to speak it, but it knows. My personal belief in the afterlife, one of 3 things. Okay? Because I'm both a realist, a pessimist, and an optimist. The pessimistic side, dirt to dirt. We go back to the ground and there's nothing left. You know, we cease to exist. I know for a lot of people that's a hard reality, but at the same time, you know, there's a possibility that may just be our end all be all at the end of it. The second option, most people that have had near-death experiences have stated that they have seen that bright light, that they have seen some essence, and I will state it this way intentionally, some essence of a greater being that receives them on the other side. But they never talk about what happens after you go through the light because they're not here with us anymore. So don't get that luxury there. You know, yeah, they passed on to a different existence, but was it a different existence in another realm, in another plane, like the heavenly realms? Or was it another existence as in that light at the end of the tunnel that we all see is just the hole of the next fucking vagina that we're popping out of as we turn around and take our first breaths as a new baby child? And hopefully we don't turn around and end up being born a girl in China. Okay? Biggest hope in the world.
She made that comment about the worship other gods, to believe in other gods, right? Or in other religions. But
Okay.
It wasn't one God that created us apparently originally.
Okay.
You're going to have to go there. I don't like that.
Have no other gods before me. I understand where you're coming from with that. Okay? It does not mean that you have to place your belief in their creator or their version of God. But I do have a firm belief that the God of the Torah, the God of the Bible, and the God that the Muslims call Allah, that they're all the same being. That's the trip. That's the catching point there. It depends on how you interpret it. Because we're all taught to only have one God. But who's to say that the God that each of these religions all individually turn around and decide are their God, or are different divisions of that same God, quote unquote, like one entity with MPD, you know, multiple personality disorder, those individual gods can all still be a subsection of the emotional and or the responsive portion of that God. That they are all one and the same, just different portions of their entity, of their personality. You have your God on a good day. You've got your God on a bad day. You've got your God where he wants to destroy the fucking world again with a flood. But he won't do that because he made a promise. So we get to burn in fire next time. But nevertheless, who's to say that it's a different God? Who's to say it's not the same God just being called a different name? Because after all, we were all of one individual entity. We are all of one individual people until the Tower of Babel separated us. And we were divided. And the religious texts were divided and broken apart and sent separately amongst their different directions. Go back to the Tower of Babel. Go back, read about the Tower of Babel, and seriously put some thought into it. I'm not saying to follow someone else's God. I'm saying follow what you believe. No matter what that belief is. You could believe in the flying spaghetti monster. You have the right to your beliefs. That's where Canna stands. Was not where I was intending to take the live stream today, but if it helps, it helps. Because it's not very often that Canna gets put into the realm of having to fall back on the fact of that ordination. Okay? The ordination's there. It was done to turn around and help a friend turn around and end up going through and possibly getting married until they decided that they weren't going to, because they decided that it just wasn't right for them. Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, I'm a straightforward person. Take the first 10 chapters of the Bible. Just the first 10 chapters of Genesis. Read those 10 chapters, put those 10 chapters to heart. Walk into your church and ask your pastor the hard questions from that. Like 120 years is what our lifetime is supposed to be. We die in 50, 70, 90 years. Most pastors are going to write that off as quote-unquote the effect of sin. Fine, I can live with that. Ask them who Cain was afraid of. They'll give you 101 people that are there that, according to the good book, weren't alive.
Because they were still in fucking Garden of Eve.
Because they were still in Eden.
Yeah, they were still in Eden.
Oh wait, sorry, that was just after being removed from Eden because she had already ate the damn apple, therefore she had the pain of childbirth, down the list, because, once again, a vengeful and angry God, if you read the Old Testament. Our God is not a happy God. He does not like a lot of things. But at the same time...
The problem is when they say, create man in our image.
Yeah. And the fact of the slip-up in Genesis of, let us create man in our image according to our likeness. And so he made man in his image according to his likeness. The typo went through all the way back in the Old English days. They were supposed to write he. They transcribed the original R. O-U-R. Our image. Our likeness. As us. So, even the Bible has that issue of, is there one or is there multiple? Or are they multiples of the same?
Why, Frankie?
And lovely lady, no, you're not making me uncomfortable, trust.
I told her that.
No, I know, but also good for me to voice it. See, this is why I try not to be the religious advisor on Teddy's channel. Okay? Yeah, it's Mama Canna's fault that I'm ordained. She's the one that talked me into it. Because if she was getting ordained, then I was getting ordained.
Oh, Frankie, I'm so sorry.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Oh.
That hurts.
You grew up in the place that gave Canna a whole bunch of kinks. Fuck.
Yes, she did.
Sorry, Frankie, not to R-rate it, but damn. Shit. Yeah, literally. You spent your days in school at the place that gave Canna a whole bunch of issues while he was in a different class. Oh, of course, how could they not love you in those gorgeous uniforms? Let's get real, those uniforms stick with us men well into the fact of our late 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, up until the day we die. We hope we die with someone turning around and suffocating us between their legs in a freaking Catholic schoolgirl outfit, okay? Once you've been invited to see someone in their outfit, that sticks with you.
That's only because they've been modified, dear. You gotta remember, the original Catholic schoolgirls.
I know, they were knee-high.
They were not allowed above the knee.
I know, and then they turned around and got shoved.
And then we got a hold of them and we turned them into mini skirts.
And the day that they turned into mini skirts was the day that a lot of guys were screwed and had a freaking forever kink. Is that your light at the end? You mean back there? That big bright white thing? Because if you mean the big bright white thing, that's the window. Yeah. That's just how bright it is out there. Yeah. Yeah, the original skirts were long. Those weren't the ones that gave people problems.
We still use the original skirts here in Missouri.
Hey, if I get invited to the light by someone in a beautiful Catholic school outfit and they're over the age of consent, all for it. Yeah, the end of the tunnel is definitely some beautiful person turning around and saying, "Come on, let's go. You're going to have all this fun," and then you pop out of the next one. I'm not sure Canna's allowed to be a minister when he's stoned. I thought I had certain rules that kept me isolated from that.
No. I knew it wasn't an isolated issue.
And guys, if you can't tell, I'm just cracking at this point. I love it. I love it. I love that I can actually just be myself and not have to worry about trying to put on a fucking mask for the channel. Because for real, if Canna had a mask on for the channel, this channel would die. It really would. I wouldn't be able to hold a mask together for my life if I tried.
I don't know. I've seen you hold a mask together in quite a few.
Hey, I've held a mask together in a few situations where I figured I would break, but this ain't one of them. It really is. The flower is good. The dabs are mind blowers. Because I didn't expect to get a diamond the size of my thumbnail in the last set of dabs, and well, it happened. So, you know Canna had to separate that out. That 99% freaking potency versus the flavor. Because the flavor is still strong too, but those diamonds, man, they'll get you every time. Yeah, my cigarette went out. Okay. Do me a favor. Let's not deal with that one here on live, okay? But here after the stream, I'll get a hold of you on Discord and let you know my thoughts on that one. Because I think you made the right move originally. I'm not talking the original username. I'm talking when you made the choice that you made to turn around and switch over. I think you made the right move, but I'll explain that later after the live stream.
Like you just said, 18 years.
Yeah, I'll hit you up on Discord over that one because I'll be straight up. I dealt with some severe fucking backlash inside of Discord and a couple of chats over certain shit, but I don't want to bring that up here. Okay? It's not that I'm mad at you, it's not that you're in trouble, it's just certain people had issues, and I think that it'd be a good idea to have them brought to light before you make any decision on changing your name back. Because you can only change your name twice in a 14-day period. All the way from Scotland?
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. Rocco, you are officially our 15th country on the channel. Congratulations, buddy. Congratulations. Here's to Scotland, country number 15 that our channel has reached. That's awesome. That's scary because they got all the humidity in the world. They've got all the humidity, but then again, looking at the temperatures, I can see where. You know, I get it.
They still need to be roughly 70 degrees.
Yeah, it's still got to be upwards of 70, even with the humidity. And from what I hear, 70 to 80 in Scotland is a very rare day. Hey, King, how's it going? Dude, we just hit our 15th country. We've hit our 15th nation that our channel has reached. Yes, celebrations. Scotland. Rocco popped off where he was. Rocco makes the official 15th country that we have reached. Our 15th country is your homeland, King. AM? Are you talking the time or are you talking the viewers? Because if you're talking the viewers, I don't trust the viewer numbers up there. I've seen the amount of viewers that we get through our stream after they go and end, and it's not the amount that it says are up there. There are so many more viewers that we get that just don't interact.
His father's homeland.
Okay, so 5 degrees there. I can't remember the Celsius conversion. Guys, don't slack off in school. See, moments like this are moments where we say, you know, we're never going to need that when we get older. I regret that now. Yeah, I can't remember the conversion for Celsius to Fahrenheit for the life of me. But if anyone would be willing to Google it, 5 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. Because I can't remember if it's at 32 or at 0 that we turn around and balance out. But even then, everything above that point is all different.
Celsius.
Okay, so 5 degrees Fahrenheit, 12 Celsius. Alright. Okay. See, because I'm slowly filling up my mental chart of Celsius to Fahrenheit conversions of ones that we've gone through before, because we've got viewers in England even that when they go to state their temperature, they turn around and state it in Celsius, forgetting that us Americans use the freedom units. Well, let's see, we started late, we're only like an hour and a half. just under 2 hours. I don't know, probably for a little bit. Probably for a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't mind it if you choose to, you know. I'd love to have that. I'd love to have that possibility of getting more interaction, more viewers, and more people in chat to actually keep the conversation going where it's not so segmented. But yeah, I would greatly appreciate it if you do. But I'm not putting you under any obligation to have to, because I know that we've got background conversations going on about a certain possible ideas that are going through. Yeah, exactly. This is going to be a good month. It's going to be a great month. Because honestly, I think we're going to break 3,500 views this month easily. Because I think by the time I catch and actually get out of the live stream for this one, I guarantee you we're probably over 3,500 views for the month. I mean, we've got 5 days left to go for the month, but we are doing good. Thank you for the subscription, thank you for the like, and you get yourself a really great rest, Rocco. You take it easy, man. Make sure you get that rest that you need and turn around and hit that work day like a brick tomorrow. $20,000 subs by the end of the year? Man, I can't even imagine that number. You want me to be honest? I can't even imagine that number. The end of the month? King, you're killing me. You're killing me. You're killing me, King. You're killing me, Smalls. Dude, 20,000. Dude, I'm going to have enough issues trying to keep 500 people entertained. Oh, for me to keep 500 people entertained, that's going to be a freaking ask. 20,000 by the end of the month? Oh. Oh, semi-panic attack. Semi-panic attack. I'm alright. King, 20,000 subscribers to me is like that wax strip to you. No, I know we grow together. I know we grow together, and that's why I love being a part of the collective, because we're all looking out for each other, we're all watching each other's backs, and we're all helping each other grow. But man, 20,000 subscribers, that's like that wax strip to you. Like, seriously, I know that I could do it, but man, am I going to enjoy it am I going to be able to enjoy myself, or am I going to regret that? I'm sorry, man, but you know that's getting clipped. It's just a question of whether you're going to get to it first or whether I am. Because there are two beautiful portions that I would love to clip. Because, man, I swear, I was talking last night on live, that was going to be your reaction. Yeah, definitely got to make sure I'm completely ripped if I had 20,000 people in the audience. But yeah, those two portions, man, I'm sorry, but I tried to hold it together. I tried to hold a straight face, but with everything that I knew on my side while you were live, because I was over here pushing the fact of what the actual payment amounts were last night, and just how much that was possibly going to hurt. Yeah, dude. Mad love and respect, because I couldn't do that. I couldn't do it. Nope. I'd go buy myself a regular bottle of Nair before I put a wax strip on my skin. And I only have to do that like once every 10 years, so yeah. But yeah, those are definitely getting clipped. Yeah, I know. We all really need computers. We all seriously need computers. I've been looking at the fact of what is possible on a computer versus what is possible on a cell phone, and what I can easily access and actually make function with YouTube. The computer would be a lifesaver. Truth is, I think that's going to be our first well, maybe not our first, but that's going to be like on our top 10 list of things that we need to pull together. You know, channel for channel, that's like the top 10 list of things that the channels need to be able to actually work. Because I'm serious when I say it. I know that we can turn around and get to the point that we can get certain things that we can do on the computer to work on the fact of a cell phone. But it is such a fucking pain in the ass to do it. Alright, King. Go get it, baby. You got this. 2 million viewers in the last month, man. You good. Go get it.
You got this.
Go get it. Go get them. Go give them a good time. And let the mods know that they got a little bit of love from me, too. Because after all, we started as the moderator's break room. But we've grown into something so much more than that over the last month and a half, 2 months. What started as a break room is slowly turning around and growing into a community. And that is what we love to see on this channel. Oh. Well, it's official, guys and gals and people of all ages. I've ran out of things that I had on my notepad.
I see then.
I had a nice little bit of notes for today's session, and it's only taken like 45 minutes. We've ran through them. We're officially in a fully unscripted phase again. Yes, thank you, Pyro. Hit that like and subscribe. Oh yeah, by the way, if you guys are into the fact of fireworks, go check out Chronic Pyro on YouTube. We're trying to get him up to the point that he can turn around and have his live stream sessions because, man, he is a pyrotechnic genius. Go check him out and show him some love, definitely. And for those that don't know, go check out King Live 2025 because that man is the big hoss of the collective. If it wasn't for him, most of us small creators that are working with him wouldn't be here. He is the reason a lot of our channels turned around and got off the ground. And to that, we are forever grateful. But yeah, there are so many great creators that are going through the fact of Teddy's channel. So many creators are getting their start because Teddy has given them that push and that initiative to do it. Yeah, I kind of figured that much. I mean, the thing is, the day that I turned around and saw you pop in and you turned around and started talking about how you play COD, it's like, all right, cool, maybe I got someone else that might just be able to turn around and get on mobile. You know, it's always nice to have somebody that knows what they're doing and actually enjoys the old school mentality of going over to your buddy's house for the weekend versus all the new kids on COD that just, man, they're toxic. They're toxic. I mean, there's a reason I play with my mic and my speaker off when I'm not playing with a party of individuals that I know. I've heard some of the worst things in the world in a COD chat, okay? Things that I wouldn't even turn around and be able to turn around and state on this stream.
And yet they're all under the age of...
And they're all 16 or under at that point. It's another reason why I shut the fucking speaker off, because honestly, I don't want to think about the fact that I'm having to turn around and support a whole bunch of kids through a match. Because, man, when I'm on a roll, I'm on a roll, and when Canna starts taking MVPs, they start stacking up. We probably would have finished out the last round on the fact of our last video before the Battle Royale with an MVP had we not been on the losing team. Because, man, I was happy as hell to get that MVP, but to be MVP of the team that lost, that's a little bit of a stab. And see, now I know my viewer numbers up there are lying again because it's telling me that there's no viewers. And I know that's not true. I know it. YouTube, you can't trick me. Lovely's here talking to me. That 0 up there is a lie. What? 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 Oh. Little boy, Lovely already was one to begin with. Get yourself some game up and learn yourself over the next few years before you try to play with the big cats. Come on now. If you ain't over the age of 18, don't go trying to play with the big cats. They will throw them claws into you and tear you to shreds. And not in the good way. Over 18 maybe, but yeah. You know, that's the problem with the new generation. They're techies. They're techies.
Like, how do you know what that means?
Yeah, I get it. Like, how do you know what that means? But I'll guarantee you, Daddy has a kink and Daddy talks about it. And or the kid's heard his mom get called a MILF one too many times, which, you know, that's going to cause some fucking mommy issues growing up. That kid's going to have some weird kinks when he gets older. Take it from experience.
GMSI.
Hey, I kept it NC-17. I haven't gone into detail yet. There's a reason I had the keys to the sewer plant for a while.
I know. There's a reason I took them away.
Yeah, well, apparently someone grabbed them off the shelf again.
I know.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We all know that we got those special little things that make our tickers go tick. Don't mean the world needs to know them. But we know they're there. It's just like somebody else that's here knows certain triggers that apparently it's just so fun to pluck that string in chat. There is somebody in here that can cause Canna to go from normal Canna to the problem Canna that gets Canna into the doghouse Canna.
So am I.
Some of the best ones are. Aw. That was almost not even worth it. Oh, don't worry, you ain't getting me in trouble today. Not yet, anyway. I still got that. The duct tape is holding, okay? Okay? It's bright, it's yellow, but it's duct tape. Duct tape holds everything together.
It's just solving issues. Solving issues.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a matter of trouble. It's a matter of, you know, we're all adults. We all know that there's things that adults get to that we just can't say on YouTube. But it ain't like we don't know what they are. I mean, come on. Everyone loves a good set of handcuffs every once in a while. There's a reason why the cops don't like cuffing me.
Canna.
Tell a cop tighter.
Canna.
Hey, not my fault that that fat ass couldn't do it right and cut my fucking wrist. And that was below the age of 18. You think Canna don't have issues? That's how I know shit like that. Because 16-year-old Canna had a security guard in middle school that Canna had gotten away from over the years. Well, Canna got himself into some dumb shit trouble. I mean, full-blown internal retard went ham and got himself locked up into juvie. Okay? Wasn't the first time Ken had been there, but it was the first time that Canna had seen that middle school security guard, for which he will always be in my mind. He will always be a middle school security guard who could not pass the police bar. Okay? Because he really just was that kind of a person.
Yeah, he was. He was
Well, we turned around and I got bored one day. And I was walking around and everyone in the yard was either playing basketball or we were supposed to be able to play volleyball or walk down the list. You know, general exercise, general movement. You got to keep your activity levels up. Well, Canna wanted to play volleyball.
Yes, please.
Very, 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 very much so. Canna wanted to play volleyball to the point that Canna had gotten permission from the supervisor to get the brand new volleyball. You know, the one that hadn't hit the fucking razor wire 9 or 10 times and couldn't hold fucking air for more than 5 minutes. The good one. Well, that volleyball got handed to the middle school security guard that was now a corrections officer for the juvenile hall. Canna asked him politely to fill up the volleyball. He still had issues with Canna from middle school. He never liked me, and I didn't like him. I still don't. And he probably don't like me either, so we're even. But Canna was trying to be nice that day. Canna asked him politely to fill up the volleyball. Said, all right, in a minute. Got something I got to do first. He was talking to another corrections officer. You know, I figured nothing big. Give him a moment, he'll do it. Well, the other corrections officer walked away. Canna continued to walk around the court. 2, 3, 4 laps later. Hey, Officer so-and-so, will you please fill up the volleyball so that way we can start our game? We've got 10 people waiting. Trying to be polite. I wasn't even yelling yet. In a minute. I'm still finishing up what I had to do. Fill it up in a moment when I head inside. Alright. Canna took a few more laps. Now Canna's getting pissed. Hey, Officer so-and-so, are you done sitting on your thumbs to the point that we can actually get that volleyball filled up like we were promised a half an hour ago? Go inside, was the response. Why? I haven't done anything wrong. All I'm asking you to do is what you promised you were going to do, and stated you were going to do, and told us you were going to do in front of your supervisor. Now Canna's getting irate. Go inside. Alright, fine, I'll go inside, not because you're telling me to go inside, but because I'm choosing to go inside. And I went to go walk in the door. Well, Canna got shoved. Okay? Canna hasn't laid a finger on nobody, but Canna got shoved. Canna don't do being shoved. Canna shoved backwards. Threw it into his fucking wrist. Don't shove me, I'm going in voluntarily. You don't have to lay a finger on me for me to go in. I'll gladly go to my cell on my own volition as long as you don't touch me. Canna got body slammed. Canna got told to stop resisting. Canna got cuffed. Canna told Officer such and such that he had cuffed Canna wrong. Officer such and such placed his knee on handcuff. Well, that one's finally tight enough. Only took a little bit of blood. Canna was 16. That's how Canna knows that people got things for handcuffs, and that some cops just really shouldn't cuff people. And that's the NC-17 version as best as I can give. Without being considered defamation of character and or defamation of person for giving the officer's name.
For which you did not do.
For which I did not do, but I'm really wishing that I could. Because he deserves all the shit that he gets. Yeah. Ken has had some real shit. I will drink the fifth on that statement because I am not in control of anyone else's free will, but I will drink the fifth for that. I can't stop it. Even if I was to tell you not to do it, it wouldn't matter. But if you feel like doing it, go right ahead, because then it's not me stating the name, and it's not me turning around and dictating who it was. But, I wonder, is he still in the transportation unit there at San Bernardino Juvenile Hall for the courthouse? Because that's where he ended up after he dealt with Canna. He got demoted. Think someone about 3/4 the size of Teddy sitting down on a handcuff on your wrist with their knee, with their body weight on top of you. Canna was having fun. And that's not a joke. I was having fun.
Kimberly did a number on you.
Yes, Kimberly did a number on me when I was growing up. Kimberly was a very large eye-opener when I was growing up as to the shit that I just find enjoyable. There's a reason cops don't like having to arrest me. I have too much fun with it.
Yeah.
I go voluntarily, but I have so much fun with it when I do. Because anything and everything can be used against me in a court of law. Oh yeah, I'm gonna fill your docket up with some real fun shit. Because you have to put it in your report and it will be stated in court. Don't threaten Canna with a good time. Oh my god. Oh my god. And because of the fact that I know that he has never turned around and stated that I am not allowed to bring that story up.
No.
And I'm not under an NDA.
You didn't do it. I did.
No, I know,
By me bringing up,
but there's no NDA. I've already done all of my fucking court shit because of that.
No.
Oh my god.
You're free and clear.
Oh. Family. Hey, Agent 38. Welcome to the stream. We're just about to go into another tangent about Canna's life history growing up. The fun side of it. Does anyone know a bounty hunter? Okay. Does anybody know someone and or know of a bounty hunter and what they do for a living? Because if you do, this next one's going to crack you the fuck up.
Okay, my thumb's at 5%, so I'm jumping.
Okay. The point of well, Mama Canna says hi and bye to everyone involved in chat because her phone's fixing to die. She's going to throw it on the charger, but she's got to jump out for a little bit so it can charge. But yeah, the point of a bounty hunter is they're the ones that go to get sent out for bail jumpers. Okay? Just generality. They're the bail jumper catchers. The ones that are supposed to know how to protect themselves, how to defend themselves. That are supposed to know how to handle themselves in a street brawl without being armed. Okay? That is like one of the main things that they need to know before they even remotely put a gun onto their waist or a knife onto their belt. Is how to fight unarmed. You don't bring a weapon into a fight when you don't know how to fight to begin with. It's just going to get used against you. Old Apache teaching. You know, just like 21 feet. Inside 21 feet, I win. Outside 21 feet, I have better options, like taking cover or getting the fuck out of there. But inside 21 feet, my opponent will wish that they never met me. That's just the mentality that you got to go into sometimes. But I had a personal family friend who was a bounty hunter. Me and him had worked over multiple months doing security for one of the largest venues in Washington State, out there at the Gorge Amphitheater. Okay? This man was not exactly Teddy's weight, but he was probably a good 300. At least a good 300. Okay? But for that 300 pounds, he could move. He can move pretty damn quick. He might be short, he might be fat, but he could move.
But damn, that man could run.
Now, I knew what he was capable of. From the time that I turned around and started my position there, to the time that I left the company, to the entire winter that I stayed inside because it was just too damn cold. Okay? But when I had left the company, I got told that it was his statements that had led to me being let go from the company. That statements he had made had directly led to me losing my job. Mind you, I was lied to at that point. I did not know it. I had no way to fact check it because nobody else knew whether it was true or not. The only one that would have known was him and the person who started the rumor on it. But Canna never got the memo. So Canna and said bounty hunter have been inside all winter, locked in, basically to the point of cabin fever, while stewing over this because it happened in the fall right before the snow fell. Spring came. We're on the second story balcony of an apartment complex with one of those ringed balconies that go all the way around. Okay? My apartment's our apartment is halfway on one side. His apartment is halfway on the other. He starts his shit. I get tired of his shit. I told him point blank to go inside, turn around, disarm, take every weapon you have off of you. I will go inside. I will do the same thing. I will have my pockets checked. And then after that, we can settle it. As soon as mine and yourself are both checked, so that way it is guaranteed we have no weapons involved. We can settle it. Mutual combat is the thing, and I do agree to mutual combat when time comes time. Well, time came time. He ended up with a head that was about as red as a fucking cherry bomb. I ended up with him grabbing my dick and squeezing for dear life. And we both ended up with 7 officers surrounding us, yelling at him to let go of my dick, because I had made it very clear, if you let go of my dick, I would let go of your head, and then we can both turn around and deal with the officers. It went into the court record of 26 or more times that the statement was made. They actually didn't bother saying the statement over and over and over again. They just numbered the amount of times. It was over 26 times that I gave him this ultimatum of let go and I will let go. You know, you think when a cop has a gun to your head telling you to turn around and let go of somebody's freaking crotch that you would. When you're turning purple, you would think that you would let go. Stubborn as an ox, stubborn as a mule. But it made for a good courtroom drama. And to my pseudo-uncle, don't worry, Canna still loves you, but you're never going to live that day down. Ever. That will go into Canna's memory book to until the day Canna dies. I know. I know. I know. But yeah, my pseudo uncle, I love you, but I will never let you live that down, man. Ever. If only because I still laugh about it to this day. It still brings a smile to my face about that day. Because you really thought you had the upper hand by grabbing. It didn't work, did it? Like I said, Kenneth had some fucked up shit growing up. And I'm not sure. Huh? 29. Um, yeah.
I'm not watching it. Well, never mind, because I'm not watching. And even if you put it on, I still can't watch it.
It's alright. I think the room's pretty much emptied out again.
My aunt, if she was a
Nope, numbers go up again. Numbers go up again. I, YouTube and its numbers, man. I never know whether the room's empty or whether the room's alive. All I know is that the numbers lie to me all the time. So sometimes I'm sitting here talking to myself not knowing it, and other times I'm sitting here realizing that, holy shit, there's other things going on in chat. Hi, Ruth. Uh, the shit that I went through growing up, man. And most of this shit would probably make people cringe, but it makes me fucking smile and laugh. Oh, man. No. I know what to do. I know exactly what to do. Because I think we're probably gonna... I don't know, maybe another 20 minutes, maybe another, like, almost hour. 45, somewhere in there. That moment of past the 1 hour mark, but under the 1.5 hour mark. But I'm not sure if I really want to stop it at 1.5 hours, being as I have a tendency of trying to cut it off at like even numbers and or odd numbers, but at least solid hour marks. Oh, no, 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 no. You go take care of that migraine. You go take care of that migraine before it gets the better of you. Lovely, at that point, no offense, man, that's a medical thing. You need to go take care of a migraine, go take care of a migraine. Trust and believe. We know you support the channel, we know you'll be back. One moment, guys. Y'all are about to bounce around. Yeah, definitely go take care of that migraine. Because if you don't, it's not going to take very long. Especially if you get rapid onsets like I do. And Ma. Because those rapid onsets, man, they're the worst. Hell, at that point, I'll even drop my tone and my volume per se, so that way it turns around and lessens. Because normally I try to keep my volume a little bit higher for the viewers, but yeah. Alright, lovely. You go take care of yourself, hon. We'll see you when you come back. So, we at least know what the next video is going to be. The next video is going to be Asphalt Legends Unite. Because we turned around and we got that one downloaded last night. We're going to run it. Because reality's sake is, I feel like I'm hitting that paywall with Asphalt 8. You know, that famous, you either have to watch so many ads to be able to earn the credits, or you gotta fucking turn around and start fucking shelling out cash, and I don't like doing either one. You know, I hate ads as it is in my games, let alone having to watch them to turn around and get somewhere in it. So, it's great for the arcade mode between, like, Class C and Class D, but outside of that, I've pretty much hit a paywall. And that only took less than not even a week. I mean, I've got 5-star races to back it up, but it's annoying. I don't like paywalls. Paywalls are the most irritating thing in any game. It doesn't matter what game it is. most irritating thing is fucking paywall. And there have been so many good games that have been ruined by paywalls, because I turned around and I saw some footage last night from another creator that was playing Asphalt 8. But the thing is, they had the original version for, like, the backup style version that they had the actual file for, to go back to the original release. Back when you didn't have all these fucking multiple different credits, and you didn't have all these fucking paywalls, and it was on the basic credit system. I want to get that version, but to get that version, I'd have to be on a computer. It is what it is. But yeah, if I could get the original version of Asphalt 8 and manage it, that would be awesome, because then we'd really get somewhere with the game. Because then the paywalls would get lifted, and we'd actually be able to truly turn around and get into the content with it. But due to the paywall, we're transferring over to the next, well, 2 generations up to Asphalt Legends Unite. We're skipping Asphalt 9. If Asphalt Legends does good, then we might turn around and backtrack to 9. We'll see. $99%. And a little bit of flavor. But yeah, if we're looking at the analytics and we're looking at it viably for what we're seeing, our racing content is doing better than our Call of Duty content. I don't understand it, but I'm good with it. If people want to just watch Kenna race, cool. Because I could sit there for hours on a racing game and not even think twice. As long as there ain't a paywall, and as long as it's skill-based and not money-based. Because once you start bringing money into the fact, and you start bringing money into the equation for a game, and it's money that's not involved in the buying price of the game, now there's issues. It's just like I'm wondering if I can get an external ad blocker that would work to block ads on mobile games. Because if we could do that, oh man, the fun we would have. Because then I'm not getting interrupted by an ad every 5-10 minutes, you know? That is what that is. But that's probably the most annoying part about being on mobile at this point instead of console, is that there's ads everywhere. Every single game, no matter what, gets interrupted. Oh, that was cold. I don't know, we might just cut it at an hour and a half. It's that weird fluctuation space. We go from we're climbing, we have interaction, to and the room empties out. I mean, I keep hearing people say that I'm good at conversation, but am I really good at conversation when the room empties? Or is the room just emptying because of other shit? Yeah, well, yeah. The mind fucks of YouTube. Yeah, I know. It's the mind fucks of YouTube Live. It really is. It's the ups and downs of live streaming. think that's why I've been forcing myself to do longer and longer live streams, is to get myself through those pockets of, you have no viewers, what are you doing, why are you doing this, you shouldn't be doing this, you should have just turned around and ended it, man. And just telling them to shut the hell up and keep going.
Right.
It's the only thing that's making the longer live streams, and even then we're only getting the same viewer numbers basically as we would on a 2-hour live stream for a 4-hour and 20-minute stream. So really, I guess it's more of just an exposure therapy is the equivalent of it. Step into the psychiatrist's office. We're always open, even when you don't want us to be. And yet, if my analytics tell the truth, most of our viewers, even the ones that catch after the fact, they've already dropped out. Yep. I got the background viewers, but the room's empty. Yeah. Something to munch. Munchy assault back and satisfying.
Yeah, it all works really, really, really well.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. We might just say screw it and cut it in an hour and a half. I mean, I know King is trying to push traffic over.
Right.
I know King and Pyro are really good at what they do. And I appreciate every single viewer that they have gotten to come over to the channel.
Right.
But everybody on the channel knows how I feel about sitting in front of an empty void. You know, I could sit here and talk to myself for hours, but it doesn't make for good content. It might make for some really good clippable moments, but the rest of it's just going to just bottom out. And I know it. So I might just let it go till an hour and a half for the fact of like an even break time for the watch time, but yeah. I think we're at the tail of what Sunday is going to offer.
What?
I think we're at the tail end of what Sunday is going to offer.
Right.
Because let's get real, Saturday, Sunday, well actually Sunday, Monday, and sometimes Fridays are our slowest days. And it's weird because like the weekend starts on Friday. We got relatively good watch time and good viewership on Saturday. We know tomorrow's is probably going to be more than likely a lower number because of the way that it normally goes. We just don't really have a solid viewership time. That's the thing. We're crossing over so many countries and over so many time zones because of how YouTube does their analytics that we can't get a solid watch time for our viewers when we should be logging in. And I'm not sure how to feel about that. that moment of reality sake is, I'm not sure how to feel about that one. Fucking, we can't get a solid watch time for our viewers because we're cutting across so many different countries and time zones. It's the upside downside of live. But it's almost guaranteed every single stream that eventually Canada's going to get to the point where Canada starts dealing with analytics and numbers and the way that YouTube works, because there's no one else to talk to. I'm sitting here thinking to myself about what we're doing for the channel and how we can solve it, and trying not to let any secrets out in the process. That moment of, it's almost that guarantee that every single live stream we're going to have that moment of Canada's going to end up going through analytics and numbers and everything else, trying to figure out how to work the channel without letting any secrets out, because it's an empty room. And at that point, I'm basically back to the point of thinking about what can we do to grow the channel. You know, what can we fix? What can we solve? What can we make better? I mean, we've got our video production out. We've got the fact of the 1080p up. We've got the HD files that are saving the fact of the standard definition backups. Yeah. Honestly, I think the only thing that we could actually make better is something that's totally out of our control right now, and that's signal. The ability for it to actually turn around and have a better connection. I mean, yeah, we've got some control of it dependently on where we're at on the property, but outside of that, there's really nothing. Yeah, 3 more minutes. Well, 2.5. Two and a half, go over to Kings and decompress. That's the way we'll do it. We'll go hop over onto King Live. And all things considered, it's been a damn good day.
Okay. There's my daily allotment.
Yep.
How that saying goes.
Well.
Do you think I put enough salt?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I had to ask somebody else since I figured.
Well, here's
I found the dark blue lighter.
Cool.
And the light blue.
Cool.
By the way. Oh.
Well. Last minute and a half of the stream. We've pretty much burned out everything we've got to talk about today. It's been a good day. It's been a good part too. We made 3 hours of content today. Oh, 2.5. But anyways, guys, we'll catch you later. We'll catch you tomorrow. We've still got 3 more streams to get done. We're going to get some videos out in the process, hopefully, and here's hoping that our attempt at a collaboration might go well. But if you stuck around this long, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, turn it to all. We've always got new content coming out. We're solid steady every week. But for what it's worth, catch you later, all.
to decide on when